Hey guys, I'm here to talk about Lois and Clark in the comics, particularly their wedding. I've promised this book for a while, I've promised this review for a while, so I thought I would go ahead and do it. Here is the book. It's called Superman, the Wedding Album. It's about the wedding, the things that lead up to the wedding of Lois and Clark. Superman. Just a little background for you guys about what had been happening in the comics. Clark had proposed to Lois, so they were engaged, and then Doomsday showed up. You guys who aren't comic book fans know of Doomsday from Smallville. Well, he kills Superman in the comics, and so Lois is, left, and she thinks her husband's died and everything. Well, he gets resurrected. I'm not going to go into that right now, but anyways, they go through some trials and difficulties. Lois isn't sure about marriage. She's left to do some soul searching to make sure that marriage is right for her or whatever. She's cut off the engagement, basically. Okay, it starts out with Lois is on a plane with a drug cartel, drug dealers, whatever, and she's acting like she's going to marry the guy, the drug lord, so that he flies them back over Metropolis. It's a long story, I'm not going to get into it, but it starts out, Lois kicks the butt of about, I don't know, 5 or 6 guys here. So that's something I could, throughout this scene, I reread it yesterday, I could definitely see Erica Durance playing this, and this just shows to me that she is the real Lois Lane. Well, anyways, it goes through the book. Lois Lane shows up at the Daily Planet, and Clark proposes. Well, he doesn't propose. He's already proposed before, but he's got the ring, and you can see that there's been some problems between the two. But they start to talk for a little while, and they say it's good to see each other, and Clark informs Lois that Perry White, who is the editor-in-chief of the Daily Planet, the future one on Smallville, turns out that he has cancer. So Clark is acting as the editor, for the time until Perry gets back. And then Lois finds out that Clark has lost his powers. It's too long to go into. The sun goes out, basically, and Clark's lost his powers. You don't know how to get them back. That's kind of important for later, I guess. But Lois goes and reaches into Clark's pockets to find a handkerchief, and she finds the ring. And she's like, why are you carrying this? And he says, because I still hold on to this love. Well, I'll give you exactly what he says. Maybe the same reason you came back to Metropolis. I love you, Lois. I always will. Is there any chance you could still love me? Then she says, I do love you, Clark, more than I ever thought was humanly possible, but it's not as simple as that. I'm sorry. And then she says, you don't get off that easy, Mr. Kent, with a smirk. And you have to do it right. You have to propose right, is what she says. And Clark says, you're an opinionated, stubborn woman, Lois Lane. Will you marry me? So, that's really good, I thought. And then you see these two kissing in the office. You see Clark working out. I'm not going to go into the Superman stuff in it, but Clark's just having to deal with being human, not being able to save everyone. Jimmy Olsen is wanting to be the photographer for the wedding, but Clark says, no, you're too much of a big man now, because he works as he's a TV personality on a news show. And then you see Lois going over her wedding stuff, and she's being driven crazy. In the comics, Lois's mother isn't dead like on Smallville, but everybody's got their own opinion, and they're like, are you sure that this wedding is gonna go right, Lois? I mean, look at how you're acting. And she's like, it's not the marriage that I'm worried about, it's the wedding that's killing me. It's driving me nuts. So you see Lucy Lane, which I want to say right now, I wish they would bring her back to Smallville. I love the character Lucy Lane. I wish we could see some more of her. Lois's father is not, he's not supportive of the wedding. he doesn't like Clark. So yeah. So then there's a bridal shower, I guess. And Clark and his dad picking out tuxedos. Try and just get through the important stuff. Lois gets a whole bunch of kitchenware. She's not as excited about that. And then she goes dress shopping with her mom, Mrs. Kent, and her sister Lucy. She tries out a whole bunch of different dresses she's not very fond of. Yeah. And then finally someone says she's got the perfect one for her. Clark has the Superman symbol put into their wedding ring. Lois goes around. She's trying to find an apartment that she would like. She goes to a bunch of different places. They're all crap. And then she finally finds one. And it's beautiful. It's got lots of space. You see the river. You see the city. She loves it. But the thing about it is, they say that you'll have to wait for about 5 or 6 years. So she says, yeah, just put me on the waiting list, even though she doesn't think about getting it at all.